This video will show you how to remove the pads from your tortoise pads and how to put them back in. The first pads we're going to remove are the glute pads and the tailbone pads. If you look inside, you'll see a slit in the liner, and this will allow you to access the tops of the pads. Simply pull the liner back carefully and expose the top edge of the pad, and you can pull it out at that point. Once the first pad is out, just repeat the process for the other glute pad and the tailbone pad. The next pads to take out are the hip pads. And if you look inside, you'll see there are slits as well to remove the hip pads. You just gently pull the liner around the top edge of the hip pad and work your way around the edge, and then the entire pad will come out. Now just repeat the process for the other hip pad. At this point, we're going to turn the shorts inside out so that we can see the upper leg pads and remove them. The liner has slits in it for these pads as well, and if you start on the lower edge and work your way around, you'll be able to free up one side of the pad, and then it'll slip out. So start at the bottom, and once you expose one corner, work your way up towards the top, and once half the pad has been removed, the rest of it will come right out. To put the pads back in, we're going to have the shorts inside out, and we're going to start with the upper leg pads. So lay the shorts flat and find the pad that matches up with the stitching on the side that you're going to insert. We want to insert the fat end of the pad first, with the fat end pointing in first, and then rotate it so that that side of the pad is in the pocket. Grab the stitching along each side of the pad and stretch it. So you want to stretch the pad into the pocket as far as you can, and then working from the bottom of the pad, you get to the last corner, and you can fold that corner back as you grab the liner and tuck it in, and then stretch the liner a little bit to seat the pad properly. So let's do this again on the other side. So we're going to insert the fat end, the top part of the fat end first, and rotate it. Grab the stitching to push the pad in as far as you can, and start with the liner along the bottom edge of the second side, and end with the top. So next we're going to put the tailbone pad in. And to do that, just find the back side, lay the garment flat, and you'll see the three pockets. The tailbone's going to go in the center pocket, and just gently work it down into the slit using the elastic or the seams along the side to pull the tailbone pad down in. Try not to pull directly on the liner too much. If you need to, you can work the fabric up along the sides as you're pulling it until you get most of the pad in. Then you can just grab the top section of liner and pull it over the top, and then you kind of position the pad back up towards the elastic. So next we're going to put the glute pads in. So you need to find the one that's going to go on the side that you're working on. So if you're working on the pocket that's on the right, the pad should say left, since the shorts are inside out right now. Find the pocket, and again we're going to just work it down through the pocket by pulling on the stitching along the sides, and also by taking fabric at the bottom end and pulling it up and stretching the fabric along the side. If you have extra thick pads, you're going to have to go slow and just spend more time working the fabric up until the majority of the pad is in the pocket. And then again, you're going to grab the liner over the top and pull it in, and then adjust the pad so that it moves back up and is even with the tailbone pad. So now just repeat that for the other glute pad. Insert it into the slit. Pull on the seams on the sides of the pad to get it down as far as it'll go. Then you might have to work the fabric up from the bottom of the pad, and then pull the liner in over the top and adjust it so that all three of the pads are even. Now we're going to turn the shorts right side out. And to do this, you're going to stick your hands through the shorts, through the legs. This is with all the glute pads facing up. Grab the bottom of the glute pads and pull your hands through. And when you do, you'll have the shorts right side out. So now we're ready to put the hip pads in. So we're going to lay the shorts with the top facing up. And so now the pad that says left will go on the left side. We're going to insert it into the shorts, and using the stitching as a guide, we're going to push it into the pocket, and the tip of it will find the slit, and you'll see the bottom of the pad through the fabric. And you can pull on the stitching on either side of the pad and insert it as far as you can. Eventually you'll actually see your finger through the fabric, at which point you can use the hand that's in the shorts to grab the remaining part of the liner and pull it around the top portion of the pad. Do the same thing with the other hip pad. Again, inserting the bottom tip, it'll find the slit, pulling along the sides until the majority of the pad is in the pocket, and then using the hand that's inside the shorts to hook the liner on the top of the pad and pull it across the top of the pad, and then you push on the pad from the inside to get the fabric to stretch. So now you have all your pads in, and your tortoise pads are ready to use.